Ezekiel Live, where we're talking about, are aliens real or not? And what is really going on at Area 51? Let's talk about all this, yes? So we're going to wait for a few guys to come in, but first I would really like to introduce, this is Drew.
Hello.
He is one of the OGs at Spiritual Awakening, you see. He literally has helped build this channel to where it is today, haven't you, Drew?
It is, we started it together. Like.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We literally did. We have been through everything together, haven't we? Crazy World, pleasure to have you back. It really is. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, my favourite moderator there, look. Right then, guys, I'm just going to get the live up on the phone so I can talk to you all. So, Theo, thank you for double tapping the screen, Theo. You're a legend. Thank you. I know you did that. So we're going to wait to see how many people we can get into this live, Theo, see? So hopefully we're going to be talking about Ezekiel. I see you're rocking the new fit. Yes, I am rocking the new fit, thank you. I am. I was washing my other clothes. Yes, yes, Luke. Thank you for being in the live, Luke. I really appreciate you jumping in also. Thank you. So then, guys, we're just waiting for a few other people to come in. I'm just going to dim the screen on this one so it lasts a lot longer. There we go. So, guys, is there anybody else that was is going to pop in now? It's going to take a little while, I think. It usually does. I think there was Lottie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the dog.
We'll have to get the dog into the video soon. Oh, there we go. We've got some more people in here. So for those of you that just join in, let me introduce myself. I am your friendly, interdimensional, extraterrestrial Ezekiel. Yes, and this is Drew from Spiritual Awakening, this channel. Yes, he is literally one of the OGs on the channel. Helped build this channel from the ground up, he has. So we're going to be talking about if aliens are real or not, and what is going on at Area 51 in the Nevada desert. Is that right? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
yes.
right.
It is in the Nevada desert. I have been there a few times, but I never drive. I always fly my craft there, you know.
Process easier for you.
Yeah, yeah. So if there's anybody in the chat who would like to ask us a question, please feel free and put them below in the comments, guys. I will read out your questions. Izzy, hello! Izzy, thank you for joining the chat again. I really do appreciate you popping in, you know. How's Coco doing?
Good bit to lead then.
What's that now? Anyway, so what have we got here? Thank you, Izzy. I'm glad that Coco's doing well. I hope he enjoyed his birthday the other day. Thank you, Crazy World. Nice seeing you. Oh, there we go. I'm glad that you all make friends in this in these lives, you know, guys. I really do appreciate you all mingling and being very positive with each other. So behind us here, if you want to just step back a little bit a second, we're going to talk a little bit about what's on this board here. Now, right in the center here is the artifact. I'll show you that right now. It's the artifact, you see. It's this one right here. I don't think it's going to turn on. There we go. So this is the artifact, you see. This artifact here holds the symbols from my spacecraft. If you would like to know a little bit more about my spacecraft, then please go to the main page on this channel. You will see a video called Ouija Board at a UFO Crash Site. If you see that video, the thumbnail will be me holding a Ouija board with a crashed UFO behind me. Now you see, click that video and watch it, and there is an actual short documentary in there from Ancient Aliens, the documentary, you know the one, don't you?
Yeah.
True, yes. Now, we inserted that documentary into the video a little bit, and you will get to learn all about my spacecraft and how I came to be on this channel as well, you know. So, guys, if you would like to find out some more, that is how you're going to do it. So who else is in the chat now? By the way, I'm going to play with my friends. But not a problem. Thank you, though, Izzy. I appreciate that. So Crazy World. Saying me and my mum just going through my suitcase, just checking everything in the summer camp. Oh, yeah, going off to summer camp, aren't you, Theo? Yes, you are. I hope you have a really good time there, you know. I really do. So anyway, guys, for those of you that just joined in, let me introduce myself. I am your friendly, interdimensional, extraterrestrial Ezekiel. Yes, and we are literally talking about if aliens are real or not, and what is really going on at Area 51. And behind us, we've got a board here with all this crazy information on that all leads back to the source, the artifact. Yes. So guys, if any of you believe in aliens, please put a comment below and let us know your thoughts, and then we can start a philosophical conversation, see, because on this show we like to think of ourselves as a bit of philosophers, don't we, Drew? You know, we
Free
do.
thinkers, got to think about what's out there. Like.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to keep an open mind, and if we keep an open mind, then we can stay positive, and then positivity will flow, you know. So your phone to read the chat to Drew, much easier. Use your phone to read the chat, Luke said, if you would like to. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
That would be a pretty cool idea. He's going to do that now, Luke. Thank you. So, guys, for those of you that just joined, let me introduce myself. I'm your friendly, interdimensional, extraterrestrial Ezekiel. Yes, and we are talking about if aliens are real or not, and what is going on at Area 51. So, guys, please, if you believe in aliens, drop a comment below, guys. It really will be an amazing little chat we'll have. So, yes, we've got 10 people in the live now, guys. Yes, thank you all for joining. I'm Ezekiel. This is Drew, who works at the channel
Hello.
of Spiritual Awakening. You know, he's built the channel from the ground up with Ezekiel and the rest of them. So guys, we're doing a lot of charity work on this channel as well. So you can actually help by becoming a member of our Awakened Spirits. It's only $1.99 to join, guys. And once you've joined, you can level up and you get different badges and all sorts, guys. It's crazy cool, you know. Yes. So if any of you believe in aliens, please just drop a comment in the bottom and we shall talk about it. And if you don't believe in aliens, also put a comment there, you know. If you do or don't, we want to know, don't we, Drew?
Yeah.
So there was actually something really
any
cool that you were talking to before we were speaking on the camera. So maybe you want to bring that up, if you feel comfortable enough.
Yeah, they've recently discovered a planet. Sorry.
It's okay.
They've recently discovered a planet called. Sorry, I've lost it now.
Oh, it's okay.
K218b.
Yes.
And they believe that it might hold extraterrestrial life on it.
And there's actually reasons why they think that as well, isn't there? If you want to share them as well, Drew. That's
Yeah,
really
they've
cool.
found a compelling biosignature. There's carbon dioxide and what was it? Hydrogen cyanide as well, like, which are signs of life.
I don't know who you're referring to there, Mark, but I'm sure you'll probably send me a photo later. So he said something about you look a certain someone or something.
Lee Francis,
Do you know who that is?
boat selector guy.
He shakes of the hat.
The tash.
The tash. So, what else we got in here now? So we've got Shane, thank you. Greetings from Earth. Thank you so much for joining the chat. I really appreciate that now. So, yes, they found methane. Wasn't that correct? In the atmosphere on this planet. Is that right, Drew?
Yes. Hydrogen cyanide and methane.
Oh, wow. So those are actually signs that there actually is something inhabiting that planet that breaks down its food and turns it into gas. So it's really interesting that, you know, it goes to show that we really aren't, well, you humans really aren't the only humans in the universe or the galaxy. So yeah, it's very vast, the galaxy. It's never ending, you see, the universe. It's
There's planets 120 light years away, like. So it'll
100.
take 2 generations of humans to get there.
That's insane, isn't it? The space between these worlds is so unfathomable sometimes. It's crazy, you know. It really is crazy. But that's some interesting stuff, you know. Knowing that we are one step closer to finding life on other planets, and what would it look like? What will other aliens or humans look like? Will they just look the same, or will they look like me? You know, are we just advanced humans? Anyway, Shane, is it very strange that we are the only one in our 9-planet system that are living? Do you know what? It's hard to believe that, though, isn't it? You know, to be honest, I would like to believe that it is full of life around us, you know, or there was at one point, you know, but it seems to be that we'll never find out the truth because we can't fly up there ourselves, so we just must have to believe what they say about it. Anyway, so scalar waves, that is a very interesting one, you know. So scalar waves are something that we're going to be using on the channel soon. And I'll give you an example of what a scalar wave is. So radio waves traverse sort of like this. Yes, once you shoot a radio wave, they go like this, okay? Sort of like a Wi-Fi signal, you know. But scalar waves go round in a circle like this and traverse forward, like this in a spiraling motion. And they go out everywhere. Now, the difference between a radio wave and a scalar wave is a scalar wave can travel faster than the speed of light, you see. So a scalar wave can literally go from one end of the universe to the other faster than the speed of light. Therefore, that is faster than light. So it's very interesting to understand the scalar waves and how humans can actually make scalar waves. Isn't that right, Drew? Because all of you humans have something on the top of your head called a crown. That crown is circling like this, okay? It's a literal, you're literally basically like antennas and transmitters. And the crown on your head is a transmitter for such radio frequencies called scalar waves. Therefore, your thoughts actually affect the quantum fabric around you. Therefore, negative thoughts will bring more quantum negativity. If you have positive thoughts, it brings more quantum positivity into the quantum field, you know. It's very interesting stuff. Does anybody like to have any discussions about have any of you ever seen a UFO before? Let me know in the comments. I bet some of you have, haven't you? I know it. It's more like to bend space-time itself and go through to, in theory, beat light. Well, so is that space-time itself. So yeah, bending space-time itself, I mean, it's quite a difficult topic, that, isn't it? Because if you think about most of these things, Mark, that we know through peer-reviewed science, it's quite narrow, and when we want to speak about, say, things that we think are differently when it comes to the narrative of things in science, it's crazy how that when new discoveries are discovered by people, say for instance amateurs and things like that, they're just not taken as very seriously at all, you know. And there's a lot of negativity to their work. But we always got to keep an open mind about everything. But Mark, I would love to know more about that space-time bend stuff. So, I mean, if you've got anything else you'd like to put in as well. Crystal, thank you for joining. Really a pleasure to have you, Crystal. It really is. Thank you. If you could all please like the live and subscribe. It's absolutely free,
Shane
isn't
said
it?
you're a very smart alien.
Who said this now?
Shane Scalan.
Oh, Shane, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed your comment, but Drew picked up on that. Thank you, Drew. Really appreciate it. Quantum entanglement, when two particles exist in different places at the same time, are still linked. Yes, that's called, I think Einstein called that one spooky knowledge, I think. Isn't that right, Luke? Yes, a very, very good one, though, Luke. That is. Fair play. Yes, and thank you for that, Ginger Nuts, my moderator, getting everybody to...
Do you think quantum entanglement is how they use teleportations?
How they use teleportations. That's interesting, you see. That is interesting. Now, so teleportation, apparently they've already done this already, so they can teleport atoms. This has been done and peer-reviewed by science, if I'm not wrong there. I think so. So, if we can teleport an atom, right, that's possible. So now we've got to teleport a whole human. The problem with that is, according to the peer-reviewed science now about this sort of stuff, that if I was to teleport myself to another location right now, then I technically would not exist in this location ever again. Yes, but then I exist somewhere else. But I never exist here again. Therefore, I was never here. Do you see? So there's a lot of misunderstanding about some of this stuff, but we'll never really know the truth until we actually get there, you know. So hopefully one day we'll get the technology to be able to do these things, guys. It would be really interesting. It'd help you humans go so much further in the world, you know. Anyway, we've got a couple of questions. Yeah, so we've got this. So that was brilliant, though, Luke. Well, the basic idea is that wormhole, this would allow direct travel between large areas of space. In this case, you could go 2,000 light years in a second. That's incredible, though, isn't it? It really is, you know. These wormholes, we know barely anything about them, really, but what we do know is very interesting stuff, you know. It is. And I like that, Mark. Very, very intelligent. Very intelligent you are. I like it. We've got a lot of brains in this comment section. We really have. I like it, you know. So HSG, hello customs, welcome into the live. For those of you who just joined in, let Ezekiel and Drew just introduce ourselves a second, okay? I am your friendly I am your friendly interdimensional extraterrestrial Ezekiel, and this is Drew from Spiritual Awakening.
Hello.
Yes. We are literally talking about if aliens are real or not, and if we think anything weird is going on with Area 51 and stuff like that. So, very welcome back to the live. Very thank you. You were in my live today, and I really appreciated you.
Nice to meet you, very.
Oh, she's just lovely. She is. She's absolutely lovely. She is. She's always got something very nice to say and very positive. Very positive.
There was a question from Crystal Lynn Dunn.
Yeah.
Can you discuss guarding your hearts and minds while having a spiritual awakening and the importance, please?
Can I? I didn't hear what you said.
Sorry.
Oh, there. Can you discuss guarding your hearts and minds when having spiritual awakening and the importance, please? So, discuss guarding your heart and mind when having a spiritual awakening. So, a spiritual awakening is not changing who you are, it's discarding who you are not. Okay, so it's very important to understand that, you know. And I think that when you're having a spiritual awakening, you know what you're doing, because a spiritual awakening is a very special thing, you know. It really is. It's a you look internally, yes, because like myself, I always used to blame people and things around me for all the bad choices. But when I concentrated inwards and looked at my behaviours and things changed for me. It was really remarkable, you know. So let's try and catch up with all these now. You should come on the stream. It would be amazing to get you on the stream soon, Mark. It really would, you know.
Yeah, you should do it. That's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Do you like milk? HSG, I love milk. I do. I like milk. Oop, I think I'm so far behind the comments. Was the best movie based on the real discovery? I'm not familiar with that movie, you know. I do apologise. So I'm sure something could be arranged. Yeah, definitely, Mark. We could do that. Yeah. Crystal, thank you for the comment, Crystal. I appreciate that. Well, I'm just sat at my PC. Well, I know, but I could have invited you. But when I set up the live, I must set it up to invite people also, so I could send you the code. But I haven't done that, so I wouldn't be able to set it up right now. You see, Mark. But anyway, it's a pleasure having you in the comments. It really is. So, guys, for those of you that just join in, let me introduce myself. I am your friendly interdimensional extraterrestrial Ezekiel. Yes, and we are here with Drew from Spiritual Awakening. Right then, guys, if anybody has seen a UFO, please put it in the comments, guys. I really would appreciate you talking about it, you know. I really would. And if you haven't already, guys, please like the live, you know, give it a little thumbs up. It should be down there somewhere like this, or double tap the screen. And please, guys, subscribe. It's absolutely free. It really is. It's free. And if I could give you like a cookie for it or something, I would, but I can't, unfortunately. But anyway, right then, let's talk a little bit more about, say, Bob Lazar. Does any of you know who Bob Lazar is? Well, I'm just, yeah, I already read that. Bob Lazar is a propulsion, he's a propulsion physicist that worked at Area 51. And I think it was a place next door to it as well. Now, you see, he was famous for creating a jet-powered car. He used to drive it back and forth to work, you see. He got himself a bit of publicity doing that. And then I think that there was Area 51 took him on, and that's where I worked with him. Now, that'd be pretty cool though, wouldn't it? So we got another crystal. So now when there is energy, this is in the you may senses, not alignment. How the angels say grounded, and yes, Bizarro, we used to call him. So staying grounded is very important, man. So, you know, doing such a thing obviously requires you to take your shoes off and socks and stuff like that to ground. But there are other grounding techniques you can do though. But your protection is very important when doing anything spiritual that could affect, you know, pretty much everything in your life, you know. So yeah, I mean, we do a lot of spiritual work, don't we, Drew, on the channel? We've done a lot of work with Ouija boards.
And trying to tap into all different types of energies.
Yes. We've got a lot of Ouija board stuff, you see. You know. And ultimately, you know, we're trying to find out all the answers to whatever's going on in the world, so it's pretty cool.
Christian United says crop circles, man-made or not?
Now, some of them are man-made, yes, they are. And through my research, anyway, I found that there's a difference between the man-made ones and the real ones. Now, the difference is that when they're man-made, the corn is snapped. They get snapped, okay? Now, the ones that aren't man-made, that on the corn you get nodes where they grow like this, yeah, little nodes, okay? And these nodes, when they're man-made, they're snapped over, and you can see that they're snapped when you bend the corn over on these crop circles, right? But when they're genuine crop circles that have been created by extraterrestrial life or a craft or whatever they may be, right? That these nodes elongate and grow over, yes? So instead of the nodes all being an inch or two thick or high like this, the nodes literally grow rapidly and grow in a direction that they want to be folded in. Therefore, how on earth are they being literally manipulated in such a way that they've not snapped, they've been literally elongated, almost as if it's like they've been close to a nuclear waste or something like that. The sort of, you know, what's that power plant that caught in Japan? What's it called? Hiroshima? No, there's another one.
No, it's
That's a bomb, isn't it?
Fukushima.
Fukushima, that's the one. If you think about that, Fukushima, they can't go anywhere near it anymore, but the wildlife is thriving with the trees and everything that's growing. It seems to grow at a hell of a rate. And you can see that sometimes when you apply any of these nuclear wastes into any areas where there are anything growing, it seems to tend to grow very quickly and rapidly in those areas. So it has some sort of effect, and whatever machinery they're using to create these crop circles seems to have an effect on the biology of these crops in a way that we also can understand, because possibly, if you think about it like this, symbols, all types of symbols all throughout history, right? They all have meanings to them, you know, and these UFOs who are actually creating these symbols in crops, okay, these symbols in the crops, they actually have an effect, yes, on the crop themselves. I believe that they are imprinting the crop seed, the corn or whatever they're growing. It tends to be corn, you know. When they grow corns or anything like this and they bend them, they're doing it for a reason. They're imprinting information onto the DNA of these crops for humanity, you see, because humanity's food isn't that great anymore, you know, so because of like global warming and all these things, anyway, you know, so they're trying to help humanity subtly by doing such things like helping with the imprint of vibration to change the DNA structures of these plants that are growing to make sure that you humans have the nutrition you're getting from your food. I can see there was a lot of comments deleted there. What was that?
It's slur.
Was someone slurring?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Haunted Truth says, have you heard of Valiant Thor, a supposed extraterrestrial who allegedly worked with the US?
I've never heard of this one before, no. I've never heard of that before. Wow. So, I tell you what though, who was it? The Secretary of Defense in, I think it was Iran. He came out publicly on TV. He's an old man now, right? But think about this. This is he was on TV. You can find this on YouTube actually, right? But I think it was, the Iranian Secretary of Defense, who had been Secretary of Defense for about 40 years, okay? He came out publicly, live on TV, and said that the American government have been working closely with extraterrestrials, and the Iran government have also. They have been here always, and the governments are hiding them. And then he turned around and said, live on TV also, I'm telling you this now, he said, because I am ill health. He said, I wouldn't have said anything years ago because, he said, I had my health. But now, he said, I'm an old man and I am becoming, you know, he didn't have long left, I guess, you know. So he thought he was going to expose the truth to what's going on, you know. And we've got some really, really important things to say, you know, because he literally said that they are real. So if any of you ever heard of Denver Airport?
I've heard of it once or twice. I've
Yeah.
heard there's quite a few stories from that.
Yeah, there's quite a few alien stories about that one, and I got a really cool one, you know, and I have actual physical proof because of their own documentary, you see. So they have, literally, the Denver airport, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Yes, it has an underground base, you are right there. Denver airport actually has an underground base. Now, I mean, they won't publicly say this, guys, you know, but when they built Denver airport, for one, Denver already has an airport. So they decided to build another one in the middle of the desert in Denver, okay? So they built it and they were like, oh, we don't like it, so we're going to build another one on top of it. Come on, guys. They built another airport on top of the one they just built. Therefore, I can pretty guess that there's something underneath. Yes. And there's a massive horse at the front of the airport, a massive statue of a black horse on his back legs with demon red eyes and is nicknamed Lucifer. That airport is an intergalactic airport for the travels of such extraterrestrials, right? And now if you watch their 25-year anniversary documentary, we're talking about Denver Airport's channel on YouTube, right? They have a documentary, okay? And it's their 25 years of their anniversary, right? And it's their documentary. And at the very end of the documentary, okay? The very end of the documentary, when it goes to the credits, it then cuts to a little scene. This is real, guys. You can check it out. It cuts to a little scene where it says, oh, aliens. Oh, yeah. And it talks about the aliens. And he says, yeah, the aliens do exist. He said, I've met them. I've met them at the far end of the airport, the reaches of the airport. And he's like, they are here. Why on earth would they put that at the end of their own documentary if it isn't real, guys? Come on. So you guys need to go and check that out. So you want to search for Denver Airport's 25-year anniversary video, right? And scrub it all the way to the end, to the credits, okay, pretty much. And you'll see the scene at the end where it clips to what I just said. And first of all, a woman says it, and then it goes to the guy who is doing the entire documentary and talking about the airport. I think he runs the airport as CEO or something like that. But he literally exposed the truth in that video. So guys, go and get it, put it up in your social medias, and literally expose the truth to what's going on, guys. Because extraterrestrials are here. They really are, aren't they, Drew?
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
right next to me.
Yeah, you're going right next to you. Yes, so guys, right then, do any of you, but I'm going to catch up with these comments anyway. So sorry about this, guys. I've been yapping on. Aliens became broken, that's why we see them here. Yes, I was definitely a broken alien at one point and I found spiritual awakening. Zar speaking to Denver Airport, ever heard of Lucifer? Yes. Well, oh, is he blue or blue? Yeah, he is blue, isn't
Lucifer.
he? Yeah, that's the statue at the front. From my memory, I thought it was black, but I can't remember. Yes, I know the one that you're on about, actually. Oh, hello, you should check out, I'm sure tunnels are underneath. They definitely are super big, been there multiple times. Have you really, did you see the murals on the wall? Or did they already remove them before you seen them? Because they were crazy murals, you know, depicting some weird stuff. So guys, who else we got here? Also, can you tell me the difference between parental alienation or legal kidnapping and holding individuals as hostage within their own? I don't think I have much to say about that, man. That's you know, I mean, what's going on with all that stuff is you know, the difference between parental alienation. I'm not too sure what that all means. Do you?
No, that's more to do with families than to do with extraterrestrials.
Okay, so parental alienation, well, like staying away from your parents, is that what it is? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, so that's about keeping kids away from their parents.
I'm not too sure how to answer that one, you know.
It's a bit out of our wheelhouse.
Bit of our what?
Out of our wheelhouse.
Okay.
Out of our area of expertise.
Yes, I think it is. But thank you, I do appreciate it. I do apologise, Crystal, I really do. I do appreciate you being in here as well, you know. Thank you. You must do ransom. You want me to ransom someone? Anyway, how about this then, right? Whoever's got the coolest country that they're from right now, right? But show me what country you're from, guys, and I'll pin the comment. I'll pin it on the comments, guys. So, what countries are you from, guys? I'll pick one and I'll put it in the comments. I'll pin it. Let us know. Most aliens just would like to get to know you. Yes, I bet you they would, you know. Christian, Christian, yes. So have aliens been here before mankind? If so, what they hide from us so long? What's their end game? So this is, this is my own personal opinion. See, I believe that an extraterrestrial race came here, and I believe that this world already had indigenous people here. And I believe the alien race that came here didn't want to move a muscle or do any work, so they created another breed of humans from the DNA of the humans that were already here, you see. And therefore we have been working for them ever since, and that's why they don't want us to know about extraterrestrials, because they're going to know about us. Well, you humans will know that the extraterrestrials exist, therefore they would cause a lot of problems in the world. I mean, you know, it would basically throw a lot of religion out the window if they were real, I guess. That's sort of the what people, I guess, talk about in those things. Yeah. You know, that's probably why that the Pope doesn't want to know about alien stuff, but yet they have the biggest telescope in the world in the Vatican called the Lucifer. Did you know that? Literally, the Vatican have the largest telescope in the world, and it's called Lucifer. What's going on there, guys? What is going on there?
Starmer's Tory says, are you Welsh? Is that why your language looks funny? Ezekiel learned to speak from us. We're Welsh, so he developed a Welsh accent.
Yes, I developed a Welsh accent from these guys at Spiritual Awakening, you see. At first I sounded a bit posh because I landed in England, and the first person I spoke to was a scientist, you know, but I think those military people took him away, you know. China, we don't believe in...
Sorry. Beans just said in China.
Beans for life. You behave yourself, you. You always come in here and drop something like that, you know. But I do appreciate it, though.
Yeah. It's good fun, that.
But anyway, how are you doing, Beans for life? I hope you're okay. Melinda Jones, do you believe in the Kundalini awakening? I believe in a spiritual awakening, but I'm not too sure what the Kundalini is. Do you know?
No, I've never heard of Kundalini.
I mean, put it in the comments. I'd love to know some more about that, Melinda. If so, have you had one, and what is your experience? I can tell you about my spiritual awakening, if that's what you mean. All love, though. Beans for life, yes, of course, all love.
It's all good.
I can recall when Lucifer was referring to the very first I couldn't say that. My reading's not that great, you know. Of man, why do I believe that can be a traumatic event for children to witness? Yeah, I bet that probably would be, you know, definitely would be. Melinda Jones, awesome, thanks. Really appreciate you being in here. Hold on, let me just scroll at the comments again. So I'll tell you a little bit about my spiritual awakening, you see. So a spiritual awakening is not changing who you are, it's discarding who you are not, you see, yes. I used to make a lot of bad choices, you know. I was a rogue spirit, so we can call it, you know. And I always made bad choices, and once I started making good choices, I ended up doing really well. So I'm happy to be in a good place now and positive with it, you know. Beans, what hat will you get it? He likes your hat, Beans for life, he does. Drew?
I got it from a shop called JD Sports about 5 years ago. So I'm not sure if they still make it.
How do we distinguish a male and female alien? Well, I have quite manly features, I suppose. You see, you can tell my voice is a male, right? So the females, I would say, look more feminine. I'm sure you'd be able to tell the difference. One day we might be able to get one on the channel, you know. Jeremiah. Yo, Gleep Globe. Where TF my flow? I don't know that. You owe me big time. I owe you for what? Sorry? I'm not too sure what you mean there.
I think he was making a joke. There's a show on our planet called Rick and Morty.
Oh, I know the one. Okay, I know Rick and Morty. I do like Rick and Morty. Pickle Rick! Anyway, Crystal, how long can spiritual being go without eating and drinking? Also, what do you consider being spiritual food? Okay, so let's talk about spiritual food. So a spiritual food is anything that is technically a living food, like the oranges and vegetables. You see, they were all living, and then you can cut them down, and they're still living. You see, so those foods like oranges and tomatoes and all the fruits and vegetables, you see, are what the body needs to be able to nourish it. You see, live foods or living foods. You see, a spiritual food. Food that's going to be good for the imprint on your DNA, because when we eat all these bad foods, it actually has a bad imprint on the DNA, you see, and it can actually change your DNA structure, and therefore not being great for you, see. So spiritual foods are all the living foods, okay? Great question.
Melinda Jones says live food raises your inner vibration.
Exactly, you are 100% right there. You really are, you see. It is literally all about vibrations. And if we choose to take a negative vibration, like choosing bad choices, then ultimately we're going to get a lot more bad in our lives. See, it is literally all about staying positive. And then when the bad stuff does happen, we look at it, and then we compress it, look at it for what it is, and look at the lesson it's trying to teach us. Therefore, once we compress our depression, we can then look at it for what it is and release it. And the only way that we can do that is by compressing it and literally looking inside to see what the problems really are, by answering all the questions from the heart. Once you do that, you can't go wrong. You'll get all the right questions from the heart, you know. You just got to ask it correctly.
Dawn said hello, and she said she loves bad food.
Oh, it's Dawn. I'm exactly the same as well, you know. I'm a sucker for bad food, especially crisps. Or chips if you're from America. But yeah, I'm a sucker for crisps, you know. I really am. I can't stop eating them. I could buy a whole pack of 24 and eat them within about 24 seconds, I wish, anyway. Anyway, Black Mirror on our phone screens. You are right, Luke. That's what the Black Mirror actually is, guys. The phone. It's a really good TV series, or Netflix series, you say. Black Mirror on our phones, yes. Dawn, yes, I'm a sucker for them. I really am, you know. So, Melinda Jones, though, yes, it definitely does raise your vibration, definitely. And that's why I pray to my food also. I thank my food. I thank the universe. I thank Gaia. And I thank the source for my food, and that I do not go starving hungry. Every day. Let me just catch up with these comments, guys. Hi to both of you. Dawn, thank you. Really appreciate that.
Hi,
just so you know, Dawn, this is Drew from Spiritual Awakening on this channel. He is one of the OGs on the channel. He's helped build this channel from the ground up. He really has, you know. So, do you want to have a couple of things to say? Is there anything you would like to talk about, Drew?
There's nothing I can think about at the moment, no.
That's fair enough, that's fair enough. Okay, so right then, do you find Voldemort attractive? Well, Voldemort hasn't even got a nose holes, has he? But, no, I don't actually. I don't find him attractive at all. I like the nose holes on the feminine aliens, you know. It's like it like me. Otherwise, Voldemort's a whole other beastie, isn't he, you know, so... What? That's my parrot's name, love it. Sorry, what's your parrot's
name? My parrot's called Drew.
Oh, no way! What a coincidence! That's quite peculiar.
Great name. Great name.
Great, definitely a great name. 100%. What a cool. That's so cool. Rudy, do you find? Oh, I've already read that for him. That's my parrot's name. I love it, you know. I do. So, guys, no one has actually said if they've seen a UFO or not. So, guys, I'd really love to know in the comments if you have ever seen a UFO before, guys. I really would like to know. Drew, you're very popular today. Yes, Drew is quite popular, isn't he?
I think it's the hair.
Love it. I absolutely love it, you know. So me and Drew have spent many a nights in graveyards trying to make contact with the paranormal. And even sometimes we go to where UFOs have reportedly crashed. Therefore, we do investigations there, don't we? We try and blend the paranormal with the extraterrestrial, you see. That's what this channel's doing. We are literally pushing the two together and finding out how we can bring new styles of investigations and a new, fresh face to the scene. So, guys, we're literally doing something different here. So, we're not only just doing all these alien lives. Like I said, we're doing mental health awareness weeks on this channel too. So tomorrow I will be holding the mental health awareness live at 12 o'clock midday in the UK. I'm doing one every day up until the end of the week. On the Sunday will be the last one. So guys, if you want to tune into that, the mental health awareness live tomorrow, I would love to see you there, guys. And for those of you that just join in, let me introduce myself. I'm your friendly interdimensional extraterrestrial Ezekiel. Yes, and this is Drew from Spiritual Awakening.
Hello.
We are literally talking about all sorts of stuff, you guys. So what if the paranormal is extraterrestrial? Do you know what, Mark? This is my theory. This is my theory, It really is. I believe that maybe they're just cloaking themselves and playing around with us, That's what I think. Especially the real Ezekiel, I reckon this idea of this alien really did like he actually is real. And I think that possibly, I know I could be like making this up, so it's all like pretend anyway, really. But maybe when I went to that UFO place in Rendlesham Forest, just maybe, somehow, I'm being guided by the real Ezekiel, who told me to dress up like one, an alien. It'd be interesting. Now, sorry, I can crash into you.
My belly.
So years ago, I was out in the car and a big white light in the sky. Told a few people that I'm spotted, and they thought I was mad. Dawn, you're definitely not mad. It is real. These things do happen, and I can imagine you probably really did see something. Now, in fact, we're going to talk about our most recent UFO sighting, aren't we, Drew? Because you know what I'm talking about, don't you? What were we looking at when we seen a UFO in the sky?
We were looking out to the Bristol Channel, and there was a strange collection of lights spinning around in a circle.
What were we looking at first, though?
Originally?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I remember. We were looking at a satellite.
What satellite was it?
We were looking at the International Space Station.
Yes. We were watching and waiting for the International Space Station to come over, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching it come overhead, and then as it was coming overhead, there was a small blue light which was trailing behind, and then it seemed to spin around it and go off in a different direction.
Yes.
Completely.
So when we spotted the International Space Station in the night sky with the app that we were using to track it, when I spotted it, and when Drew spotted it in the night sky, we noticed that there was a small light travelling around the International Space Station like this. Yes, and when we noticed, it went around it, it stopped by here, and then quickly shot away. And we were like, what on earth was that? It was insane because I had to use my science mind. And when I was observing the International Space Station coming over, and this, we'll call it a UFO, unidentified flying object, there was no thrusters. And if the International Space Station is traveling at something along the lines of 17,000 miles an hour, I think that's about the speed, this object that was going around it was traveling faster. It was traversing around the space station as the space station was traveling at 17,000 miles an hour, and then it traversed and span off in a different direction. So sorry, I just knocked it over. Thank you, Drew. I do appreciate you grabbing that for me. I'm a bit of a plonker sometimes, but it's hard to see anything in this mask, you see. So anyway, that was our last sighting, a bit gutted we didn't film it. But yeah, the personal experience definitely was chilling, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. Bat Blazed, welcome to the live. I appreciate you coming in, I really do. MH370, missing. A Malaysian plane had 3 orbs spinning around it before it disappeared. Now, stuff like that is also very incredible to hear about, because we really don't know what's going on with these things, but that is really interesting. Did they ever find that plane? Did they? It's very strange though, because whenever planes go missing, or sorry, not just missing, but whenever they fall out the sky, the authorities always search for the black box, yes? The black box holds all the conversations from the audio on the plane and all the information, so they can look and go through it and find out why it crashed, right? So did they ever find the black box with the MH370? I'm wondering. I'm not too sure about that.
I don't think they ever recovered it.
No, I don't think they did. Izzy, well, welcome back again, Izzy. I do appreciate you. Raganoff definitely on my list as well. Just heard from my friends say no activity.
Third
Wow.
Diana said that one she saw did a circle, then separated, went
Wow.
back into a triangle, and then they all disappeared.
Wow. Wow. Do you know what? I don't think we've had so many
These
people
orbs.
talking about this, right? So, really interesting that you guys have actually seen stuff too, because it's happening a lot more now, isn't it? I hope you're all noticing the pattern, you know. We've all had loads of times in our videos where we have no activity. It's all about the experience. Yeah, it is, you know. Not always something happens in the paranormal investigation videos that we do, you know. And at first it was always crazy stuff going on, you know, and then it stopped. It literally stopped because I think they wanted us to focus on different techniques to be able to speak to the paranormal. You see, that's why we started using radio waves, which then led us on to other avenues of communication. Talking lost people, then the Bermuda Triangle madness. Yes, so there's been a lot of madness with the Bermuda Triangle too, you know. There's a lot of crazy stuff there. That planes go missing there, and
There's dark
boats.
spots all over the planet where no signal, no energy can reach.
Yeah, it's very interesting stuff, you know. Let me...
Amelia and Isabel say hello. And
Hello,
Isabel has
yeah.
to go.
You're going again, is he? Not a problem, though. Thank you for joining again.
Thanks for stopping in.
How long we've been on here? 46 minutes only. 46 minutes. They live in the oven too. What? Who lives in the oven?
Come on, look.
So for those of you to just join in, let me introduce myself. I am your friendly interdimensional extraterrestrial, Ezekiel. Yes, and this is a live where we are talking in a safe space, so you can say anything you want. Okay, just drop it in the comments below. So, are aliens real? And what is going on at Area 51? That's what we're talking about, guys. All sorts of stuff like that. We're in the spirit realm, so I can only imagine what's out there. Yeah, we are in the spirit realm, so yes. This is why it's called the afterlife. Because there is a life after the physical. Yes.
Dawn was trying to say they live in the sea too.
Oh,
It was
got
also
you.
correct.
Not the oven. That makes sense now, Dawn. They do. Do you know what? There's many ancient cities within the center of the, well, not in the center of the earth because there's a core there, but there are plenty of cities inside the earth, you see, because only humans live on the outside of this of the earth, and the extraterrestrials live on the inside. Therefore, we stay hidden. And not only that, we are protected from such things like natural disasters, you know, earthquakes, tsunamis, all those things, solar rays, meteorites. We don't get bombarded by any of these because we live inside this planet. Yes. Don't autocorrect, yes. So guys, if you haven't already, please like the live and go and subscribe, guys. It's absolutely free. You know, it's free. Everybody likes a freebie.
Every little helps. Come on, guys.
Bat Blaze. I once saw a huge submarine shape silhouette going on an angle in the sky at night. At least 2-3 football friends long went to tell my older sister, and I was gone when it came back out. I can imagine they just do disappear just like that, don't they? You know? All the sightings that we have heard about, people talking about, they tend to disappear pretty quick. Some of them stay around for quite a while, but then they just vanish. So, Christian, is anti-gravity the main or only propulsion in UAPs? Well, anti-gravity is how these crafts do actually move, you know. They're using something called element 115, okay, which is actually creating an anti-gravitational field, depending on which way these machines are facing, you see. So if you ever, I'll give you an example, see. When we see UFOs flying in the sky, sometimes they look like round discs, some of these UFOs, okay, so imagine a round disc flying, right? These UFOs tend to fly belly first, right? When you're watching some of these clips on TV or the news, when they are showing you these supposed military people recording these UFOs, right? Bear in mind, check the orientation of these crafts. You will notice they always fly belly first. Yes, they fly belly first. There's a reason being because when these crafts are created, we put the anti-gravity propulsion machines in the bottom of the craft, and they are basically like thrusters, right? And they point in the direction of which way the craft must go with its anti-gravity. Therefore, when you see these crafts flying belly first, it's because their anti-gravitational machines are in the belly of the craft. That's why they fly that way. So look out for it, guys. Look out for when you see that Tic Tac next. You know the one I'm on about? The Tic Tac does it too. Yes. So yeah, look out for these crafts flying belly first, guys. There's a reason why. And Bob Lazar will expose that too on his documentary on Netflix. See? He'll tell you exactly what I just said there about the technology, the anti-gravitational technology that's in the bottom of these crafts, and why they fly belly forward, because that's the only way they can fly belly forward with the anti-gravitational. You see. Do aliens hop tour?
Ask Hetty.
Hop tour? Probably yes. Anyway, so yeah, ask Hetty on that one. But yes, I would say anti-gravity is the main propulsion for these UAPs, yes. Hunter Truth, have you watched the new space program on BBC? Brian Cox, I have not, no, but I will check it out. Thank you, Mark. Dawn, thank you. Thank you for being in the live. I really do appreciate it, you know. Thank you so much. Ginger Nuts, you better. Ask Hetty, yeah. Bat Blazer's laughing at that one. Yes, you know about Hetty, don't you? Yes, I have a bit of a relationship with Hetty. She is my dear partner, you know. Well, I mean, she is just a Hoover, like, but, you know, apparently humans don't think that aliens can have relations with Hetty the Hoover. Anyway.
There's several humans who sleep with inanimate objects.
Yes, that is Ezekiel. So, is that an elephant versus, what is it? Can't see, an ant or something like that? I'm not too sure.
So, one mammoth versus 10 billion ants?
Probably the ants, maybe. What?
Allah knows.
What do you mean by that? What Allah knows? Do you wanna let us know what you mean by that? I'd like to talk about it, definitely. Megan, you could comment. Let me know what you meant by that, and we'll discuss that topic. Definitely. And if any of you have any more UFO stories to tell Ezekiel and Drew, please, guys, just drop it in the comments. We are all ears. Even though it looks like I don't got none, I do. Goodbye here. See? What's alien? What's Allah knows? I just read that once. Celine. Is this a dragon? Definitely the dragon's going to win, yes.
Dragon versus 100.
The Fermi paradox, Luke, yes. I would love if you could just type a little bit more in there about it to remind me so I can talk maybe. Mark, have you ever watched the McPherson tape? If not, pop it down on the list. The McPherson tape, I'm going to have to check that one out, definitely. Definitely have to check that one out.
Could you tell us a bit about it in the chat?
Definitely. Let us know what it is in the chat, Mark. I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know. I'm going to drink some of this coffee in a minute, guys. So yeah, guys, we're literally talking about everything to do with extraterrestrials here. Are aliens real, and what is going on at Area 51? Now, we want to know. Have you ever... Don't know what I've seen that, Mark. There we go. Yeah, Barry, I've never heard of that one either, you know, so it'd be interesting to know a little bit more about that one. 100 snakes versus 10 crocodiles. Depends what snakes it is, to be honest, because if it's like anacondas, then an anaconda could probably take a crocodile out, you know. Depends how big that snapper is. It's a home tape of an alien abduction. No way! So, I got a funny thing to tell you guys. So, Ezekiel, my partner, actually has a friend. I'm not going to say where she's from, but she's from planet Earth, of course. But my friend, my partner's friend, has been abducted by aliens. And Ezekiel will be doing some work with her soon on the channel, you know, because she is a very special individual who apparently can see dead people and aliens. So it'd be really interesting to be able to interview her, to be able to find out if we can get any hard evidence of this. It really would be interesting, you know. But we definitely don't want that, do we? Get this chat back up a second. What have I done here? I've been pressing my phone and tapping anything all
Mark
willy-nilly.
says it's also called Incident in Lake Country. There were two versions. One is said to be real, the other a remake. But it's a family in America that have encounters with aliens that start attacking their home.
Oh, I know this one. I think I know. It's where they were tapping the windows and stuff, or something like that. These little gremlins or something. Was it that one? There's been so much stuff going on. There's like so much evidence about this stuff, you know. It's crazy. It would really be amazing if, you know, at some point, guys, we could stick our heads together and start doing some work on these topics and really grow our channels in such a way using vertical lives, you know, because the vertical live feed is showing us hell of a lot more people, you know. Getting a lot of people coming into these lives. It's really important, you know, guys. Anyway, so I'll find it for you. Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate that, you know. Anyway, so it hasn't even been an hour yet. It's 55 minutes it's been. It's really good. The fourth kind is similar, yes. It really is, you know, guys. So if there's anyone else who's just joined this live, let me introduce myself. I am your friendly, interdimensional, extraterrestrial Ezekiel, yes? And we are discussing about, are aliens real or not? And what the heck is going on at Area 51? Yes, put your comments below, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts on this topic.
40 Gold Atom says they're fake. There's one stood right by you.
I am a man in a mask, though, so you are correct about me. Yeah, that's a good comment, though. I do appreciate it. I'd love to hear some more, though. I mean, have you ever seen a UFO before? You're fake, Adam. You're not real. It's okay. It's okay. He's allowed to have his own opinion. He is. This is a safe space for everybody to speak their own mind. It's fine. You can all, you know, we're all philosophers here. And the thing is about philosophers is that we have discussions and we always make sure that love and wisdom shine through, you see, because just because someone's opinion doesn't align with your opinion or my opinion, you know, doesn't mean that we've got to let our emotions get in the way, because when we do that, our emotions get in the way, we conflict with each other, and we're all trying to get to the same answer anyway. Are they real or not? It doesn't matter if this person or some person doesn't believe so, because they are literally having their own experiences, you know. It's up to them what they believe, and they'll believe what they believe because of their experiences. So anyway, we've got a nice one there. Verified, hello, wow. The unique headpiece, design of costume is particularly striking. It's clear a lot of effort went into creating this costume. Thank you. The overall effect is both captivating and slightly unnerving. I'm so happy that you have said such nice things about this, you know. It really is nice that people are actually taking notice. I know there's a couple of little pieces on this mask that need sorting out now, but I really do appreciate that you're saying everything's such high quality in that. It is very nice that you can see, and you're telling us that we put a lot of effort into. So it's nice that you humans can see these things and actually give it a little bit of info back, because it does really help, you know. It really, really does. Thank you all. Very, very appreciative of that comment. Thank you, Verified. That is so kind. Celine, T-Rex versus, the dinosaur. There's a big one though. The T-Rex is not as big as the other one, so I'd definitely go with the other one. I'm just messing around. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Is the board behind you something you're all tracing and connecting to something? These ones we use quite regularly. Well, we haven't for a while, you know, but yeah. All of this stuff behind us, we are literally tracing back to everything that's going on paranormal, not paranormal, but extraterrestrial. Would you all guys like to have a look? I'll show you a little bit closer. I'll turn it around actually, look. So we got the artifact in the center here. Top secret UFO projects declassified, you see. So these are the people. This one's actually a member of Spiritual Awakening, and these are actually military members who reported some of these events, you know. So we've actually got, this is the craft, this is my spaceship that I crash landed in Rendlesham Forest. These are the hieroglyphs. These are crop circles, you see. Yes, we've got reports from the Department of Air Force. There are literal statements there is everything going on here, all leading back to here.
Hand-drawn accounts of crafts people have seen.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. It's all very interesting stuff, it really is. And this here is a very special person here. She's not with you humans anymore. She's now in spirit form. But if any of you know who this is, I will pin your comment at the top of the comments if you know who this is. Let us know, guys. Let us know who you think that is. Or if you know, let us know. Be interested to talk about her because she is a big inspiration to this channel. A very spiritually connected lady she was. I'm speaking in past tense because she is no longer with us anymore. Some 11 years ago or so, we sadly lost her. Yes, Dolores Cannon, you are right. Ah, damaged healer, you are spot on there. I'm guessing you know quite a bit about Dolores, you see, because I'm actually going to be doing some of her work soon, because she does a type of hypnosis, doesn't she? And this is something that I'm going to be training with soon. So I'm going to be learning from Dolores, because when you sign up for her training, you get to see her wonderful videos that were filmed some 11 years ago or so. And she trains you to do her style of hypnotherapy, you see. And it's very interesting because she actually gets her patients and she puts them into a deep trance, you see, and gets to bring their past lives back through, and they can explain what it was like back then and all the amazing things and the bad things that went through and what it was like back in then as well, back in those days, whatever life that she was in, whatever time it may have been in, you see. So it's quite interesting, the sort of work she was doing, you know, with Dolores. What do you think of the theory that they are interdimensional 4D beings who use 3D bioengineering to create bodies that we can inhabit for the purpose of interacting with our dimension? That is 100% true. That is probably what goes on, you know. You are probably spot on there. You probably are spot on. Spot on the money, you know. That was a really, really good one, you know. I'm going to pin that up, actually. That's a really good one. Well done. Pin that message there. Really good comment there. So I think of the theory, basically, yeah, I agree with you totally. I don't even think it's a theory, you know. I think that in order for the extraterrestrials to walk among us, they would create avatars to walk among us. Because a lot of extraterrestrials are spirits waiting to come into planet Earth to help correct it as a human. But when we arrive as humans, when we're extraterrestrial spirits in a human body, we get something called the veil of forgetfulness. So we are born as humans and forget why we came here. And the reason why we forget why we came into this world is simply because if we knew the answers to the test, it wouldn't be a test, would it? Oh, very interesting. It's his bodyguard from humans. This is my bodyguard, is it?
No, this Drew from Spiritual Awakening.
Yeah, this is Drew. He works on this channel too, you know. He's built it up from the ground up. He is literally the OG. He really is, you know. So yeah, if you've got any more great questions like that, I'd like to know some more, you know. But
Diana says, hypnosis, does that actually work? I've heard as healing.
Hypnosis, does it actually work? Well, I believe very much in Dolores Cannon and her work. So I believe that if she was doing a type of hypnosis, I believe that this was most probably true. This is why I'm gonna follow her work, and she's gonna teach me with her videos how to do it. So hopefully, people like Drew in Spiritual Awakening will be my guinea pigs. Maybe might be the guinea pig. But yeah, it's quite interesting, really, you know, being able to talk to the higher self. I'd love to do a bit of work about that. She is an interesting character I have found on my own journey, and will subscribe to see the work that we'll be doing. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, you know. I really do. Do you guys know about the Monroe Institute and work they have done? I don't know. I'd love to know some more about that, please. Let me know in the comments. Mark read some things Darren Brown learned from. Yes, Darren Brown is very interesting, right? Because if you actually think about what he does, it's hypnosis, right? So if Darren Brown can hypnotize people, then what about everyone else in the world? Could we all be mass hypnotized simply by watching TV? I think we could.
I think it'd be a high possibility.
I do believe that the politicians tend to use the same techniques, you know. They do a lot of this with their hands, and they talk in a certain way, and they always say what you want them to say. You know, what you want them to say is usually all the good things, but they never actually pull it through, do they, you know? Anyway, so... yeah, but Darren Brown, though, is very interesting, because I remember that one time where he went to a casino, and he bet all that money on the one number, and he was out by one number, wasn't he? He lost all that money, but, you know, he was very close, though. I think that he failed on purpose, you know. Do you remember that one, Mark? And at one time he went and got someone hypnotized, and they drew all their money out the bank. I think it was that one. I think it was that one, actually. Keep knocking this damn phone. So, guys, we've got quite a few people in this live, you know, but only 17 likes. So, guys, if you haven't already, please like the live. I was choked on that coffee then.
It's got to be cold by now.
It is cold. Oh. Yeah, exactly, Luke. Exactly. You are right there. Thank you, Backblaze. I appreciate you. Everybody go and like the live, guys, and please subscribe. It's free. It really is. And then you get to see all the weird stuff I get up to, too, you know. It's funny. I make a hell of a mess, I do. 8 years learning how to drink coffee. Yeah, I am, actually. Maybe I should stick my pinky out when I drink it, eh?
You used to make tea out of air fresheners, so it's a stepper.
Yes, I was making tea out of air fresheners until these guys told me that that's not the way to do it. Do I know Max Mulder? Fox Mulder? Yes, I do know who you're referring to. Scully and Mulder you're on about, aren't you? Yes, that's a 90s show, isn't it, on television? I know the one. Prop? I think I've seen you in the chat before, haven't I, Prop? Welcome back. Yes, the X-Files, Luke. That's the one. That's what it is. So, guys, do you believe in aliens? And what the heck is going on at Area 51? Put it in the comments what your thoughts are. Let us know. We're really interested in this, you know. So, guys, can I just ask you, personally, what do you think of this behind us? Do you think it looks pretty cool or not? What do you think of it? I did spend quite a bit of time putting it together this one time, you know. It was in one of our videos, wasn't it, Luke? That's true.
Reese keeps spamming fake.
Oh, wow, look at that. I like it. Of course I'm fake. I'm a man in a mask. I'm not trying to fool anyone. But I do appreciate the time that you take to comment, you know. You put so many comments in already. I really appreciate that. But of course I'm fake, though. And that's okay.
Prop says, oh my god, you already marked me and placed me on your list. I'm scared.
The naughty boy list, eh? I'm joking. Shut up, bro, we know. Yeah, Gabby, we do know, don't we? Everybody knows that Ezekiel's not real, and if you think I'm real, then you're probably not old enough to be on YouTube. Anyway, so guys, we've literally got 41 people in the live, guys, and no one's tapping the screen to like the live. And if you can, please go and subscribe, guys. It's really going to help out with the charity work we're doing, you know. And if you guys want to become a member of our Awakened Spirits, it's literally £1.99 to join our Awakened Spirits. So, guys, come on, help the channel out. We really appreciate everything that you're doing for us, you know. We really do. We're going to be doing a lot of work on our lives soon with the charity, so you're going to be seeing where all the revenue goes. You really will. Wait, it's fake. Here's me thinking there's a real alien sat here on the live. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Like that people even think that I'm going to be real, because, I mean, yeah, why would an extraterrestrial go to expose himself live on, you know, on YouTube if he tries to hide, you know? It's not going to work out, is it? Mm. Oh, thank you so much, guys, for subbing and liking. Gabby Xstar, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, you know. Wow. Bunch of legends in here tonight. We're getting so many people coming in now, right? Yeah. And dropping in some of the most amazing comments and adding in their own pieces and their stories and stuff. It's really incredible, guys. thank you. We really do appreciate the time that you're giving us, Celine, thank you again. I'm not too sure what that means. Ho, I think it says.
I think it says no.
No? It's a different font, isn't it? Not too sure, though. Is there any subscribers on that board? That would be a good idea, though, wouldn't it, Luke? Well done. We could end up putting some subscribers on this board behind us. Would you guys like that recognition to be pinned on a board somewhere? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
MVH12. Yes, you can. See? You can see my real skin under there. Because I'm just a human with a mask on. I really am. I'm not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes, Good comment, though. I do like it. Thank you. They're real. Victoria, it should be me. Yes, lol. I'm not too sure. I'll read this long comment first from Damage Healer. So, Robert Monroe released tapes that help you reach out of the body experience, and people experience similar things at lower levels, and the tape go to a higher level with matter experiences. Short example. Yes, I can imagine that there's I'm not too sure that Robert Monroe is, though, but these tapes, okay, I would like to know more about these. You seem like you know an awful lot about these subjects, It really is good having you in this live, so we got so much to talk about.
A lot of interesting questions.
Yeah. Similar experiences, lower levels, yes, okay. So are we talking about vibrations, like lower frequency vibrations, like 639, or lower hertz, gigahertz, megahertz? There's so many different types, isn't there?
Right, Trump policy says they're real, they're just so disgusted with you all, you'll never see them.
Yes. And hello, Victoria.
Aliens will be in hiding until they feel safe with us.
Hello, Victoria. Thank you for being the live. Anonymous. Sorry, did you just say that then, did you?
Oh no, it's the different message.
So if we assume that extraterrestrials are actually 4D beings interacting on a... Have I read it?
No, this is a new one from Queston.
Extraterrestrials are actually 4D beings interacting on a 3D level. Their technology would be based on 4D understanding of time and space. Time and space are a point of reference. These.
It is. It's
really,
a really good question.
Yes, it really is. So yes, I'm guessing that if the extraterrestrials are 4D beings interacting on a 3D level, so if you think about that there, right, so the third dimensional reality that we're in this physical one now, you see, so if there is a fourth dimension, you see, it wouldn't look like the one there is now, because in this dimension we can travel forward, backwards, up and down in basically any direction. In a fourth dimension, there's another way we can travel, but we can't perceive it as humans, and therefore we wouldn't know what it looks like. But if you think about it like this, if I was a fourth dimensional being and you were a human, you would probably see me moving way quicker than you would see a human move. Therefore I would be popping in and out of your reality, but really I'm just walking around and having a nose, you see. So really good one, that one, though. I do appreciate these amazing comments, guys. Wow. I'm going to pin that one as well. That's a really good one. I'm going to pin your comment, Creation Anonymous. Replace message pin. There we go. What a really good question. Victoria, hey. What's up, everyone? Should join in the support. Thank you so much. Thank you for that support. This awesome live stream. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Victoria.
And what if we are extraterrestrials without realizing it? I think we really are, We are all extraterrestrials here, Just like when we go out searching for spirits and the paranormal, we are actually the spirits inhabiting a 3D world. It's crazy. Inhabiting a physical body, I should say. Prob explains why you appear not to be bound by outlaws and physics. Exactly, Luke. Exactly. That's why I think ghosts are just a higher dimensional thing, the same as demons and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. I think the afterlife is called the afterlife for a reason, you see, because there's life after this life. Therefore, we find it hard to comprehend what that must be like, because we live in a physical body. But the spirit doesn't inhabit a physical body when it's not in one anymore. It is literally floating around as a a type of energy, a spiritual energy, you see. And I can imagine that these spiritual energies can have some sort of effect when we are trying to do paranormal investigations, some of them, you know. I can imagine they can speak to us through certain techniques, you know, like radio waves or the Ouija board. So, it's a good one though, Mark, thank you. So if we, wow, that was epic. Thank you, Celine, I really do appreciate it, you know, I do appreciate it. Maybe we could talk a little bit about the Giza pyramids. How about that?
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
I think we could, couldn't we? Would you like to say anything anyway, Drew?
I know they've recently discovered some new chambers underneath there.
Yeah, they have, haven't they, you know? Does anyone know a little bit about that? Would like to talk about the structures underneath the Giza pyramid they've just found. I'm pretty sure that you all know about that because it's been on social media and the news quite a lot, haven't it, you know? So I read that and I pinned it, haven't I? Yeah, so anyone know anything about the Giza pyramids? I can tell you a little bit about them actually. So they weren't built by extraterrestrials, they were built by humans, yes. And the reason being why I could say that is because there are human errors to be found, you see. Yes, there's human errors in the calculations and the lines. The inside of the bricks, inside, there's some human errors you can actually find in there, you know. But let me just read this again. But if the spirit is not physical and absent of mass, then it should be able to interact and make bangs or throw objects. Only way that's possible is it is an actual mass interacted. Yes, I think that the understanding of the physics about that, I would say, is probably correct there. But, you know, like, so that would explain, like, with the Ouija board, how, what does that, what do you call it? There's a name for when you were talking about how the vibrations for your arm can move the Ouija board. Can you remind me of what that's called again, please, Mark? I know you know what it's called. It's got a name. It's a scientific name, isn't it? Most interesting. We should do a video about it soon, anyway. Excavating remains, they found giant bones. Yes, they have found giant bones. They have. They really have, you know. It's a good one, Victoria. What if, sorry, I should read that one first. What if they built by giants, like, like a race of them? Yeah. Well, you know what? The pyramids were built with the help of dinosaurs, you see. Yes, and they want us to believe that dinosaurs are billions of years old, when really they're not. They're thousands of years old, you see. The word dinosaur only goes back about 5,000 to 6,000 years in the Greek dictionary, okay? After that, or before it was called a dinosaur, they were known as dragons, yes? And then the word changed 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. So before that, they were known as dragons. And I live in Wales in the United Kingdom, and it is known as the land of the red dragon. But now we refer to it, technically it would be land of the red dinosaur. So it's all supposed to be myth, really, but, you know, they're not fire-breathing dragons as such. They are literally dinosaurs, you know. And the theory behind this, you know, there's proof that dinosaurs weren't billions of years old, because we still to this day find dinosaur bones, right, with literal tissue on them. And I'm not talking about woolly mammoths being found frozen in the ice. I'm talking about dinosaur bones that have been found in the ground, still with tissue on them. How can you have tissue on dinosaur bones if they're billions of years old? It's not possible. Therefore, the only explanation would be time travel, or they were here a lot sooner than we realize. Yes. So it would make sense how the pyramids were built with the help of dinosaurs. Therefore, just like we slave animals to help us work now, they could probably have done the same thing back then, you know.
Mark said, well, I say that's idiomotor effect.
That's the one, the idiomotor effect, you know. I really would love to do a video about that, Mark. I really would, you know. I think that it's something we need to definitely touch on the topic, you know, to try and figure out, you know, more about that effect. I really would enjoy doing something about that, you know. I'd really like to learn. Oh, Scar, thank you for coming back, you absolute legend. Thank you. Crimston, Anonymous, I was said to be built by people who came from the stars, guided by humanity. There is that written too, you know, that extraterrestrial life came down and gave humanity all this crazy technology.
There was another one just before it.
Oh, it could be the hidden city of Amenti, spoken about in the Emerald Tablets. Yes, I know the ones. There are some main structures directly beneath, but there are more that extend over a mile beneath the Giza pyramids. You are completely right, you know. Those Giza pyramids were created as machines to create power, I believe, for the underground cities that still remain everywhere in the world. So we see these patterns of these ancient ruins that were built on such an enormous scale, seemingly for no reason, but there are perfectly good reasons for them. Nobody ever builds something so big for no reason. Really, like anything that was built like such a scale like that would have had blueprints. It would have been a lot of time and effort gone into it, you know. And there would have been a reason why they built it, you know. And it was simply to create power for the underground world. It really is. Let me just get these. I know I've missed quite a few comments, guys. I do apologise. I'm going to try and catch up with you all on here. I do apologise.
Victoria Fox.
The Flintstones, is that right, Mark?
She said, do you think they can clone them again, bring back the dinosaurs and our extinct species, like what they did with the pair of white wolves they brought back?
100%. You humans hold the technology to be able to bring back any extinct animals, anything like that. It can literally be done. You humans have the technology, yet, you know, let's see how you're all going to use it, you know. It's be very interesting. Tartarian civilization. Christian, you are right there. Xan, do aliens have buttholes? I would show you, but I think this live would probably get cut off and I'd get banned from YouTube.
They have hot holes.
Yes, we have Hot Holes this Friday. It's our new episode of season 2 of Hot Holes, where Ezekiel has a range of different hot sauces that that the people on my show will be eating on onion rings, and they'll go from hot to shit hot. And when they're eating these onion rings with hot sauce on them, I ask them the most bizarre questions. And that's what the show's all about, you see, Hot Holes with an alien. And we have the hottest holes in the galaxy, and soon some of the hottest holes on planet Earth, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, we are literally still talking about extraterrestrials. So if you believe aliens are real or not, put it in the comments below. And what do you believe is going on at Area 51? Because some crazy stuff must be going on there, guys. Yes, the dire wolves were brought back, weren't they? They really were.
So I think they're bringing back woolly mammoths now.
Victoria. Where there's a hole, there's a goal. I love it. I love it. What were you saying? Sorry, Drew?
So they're bringing back woolly mammoths next. They're going to mix them with elephants. So.
It's crazy though, isn't it? They literally can do it though, guys. They can, you know. So, guys, how long have we been on here now? We've been 83 minutes, eh? 83 minutes. So it's going to 10 o'clock now. I think, guys, we're probably... Should we come off the live, do you reckon? Or should we stay a little bit longer, guys? Let me know what you guys want in the chat. Because ultimately, I'm only here because we've got quite a few numbers in here, guys. So I don't mind staying for a little bit longer and have more of a chat. But really, it's down to you guys. So if you want me here, if you want us here, let us know. We want to know, guys. We want to know how much you're liking this. E.T. Phone Home, JFFC Fire MC, thank you, guy. I really appreciate you in this comment, guys. Thank you. And for those of you just joining, I am your friendly interdimensional extraterrestrial Ezekiel, and this is Drew from Spiritual Awakening, this channel. Oh, thank you, Victoria. I do appreciate that. You know, thank you. Well, say stay on here if you want. It's entertaining, but if you've got to go, that's cool. Should be a sci-fi style quiz that we can all join. That'd be interesting. Maybe you could do that sci-fi style quiz, you know. I'd love to join that. You did a quiz last time and I was sort of joining, but I had to deal with a baby, so it was quite difficult to join in. I was you know, trying to get those questions right so I can get the high marks, you know. Yeah, yay, go, Drew. Love that hat. It's such a really
thank
good.
you.
Yeah, I love the
I've
hat.
quite a
You
few
know.
comments on it today.
Yeah, you have, haven't you? Fair play. You really, really have. Okay, so well, I haven't really got anywhere to be as such, you know. But I mean, if you guys want to continue talking, that's pretty cool, you know. So, let me guys tell you a little bit about a video that we got planned coming up soon. It's going to be a video, a couple of shorts, and a live. So, I've had an idea in my head for a while now about sending a payload into space on a helium balloon, right? It's been an idea for a little while now, and I've never really come around to getting it together, but literally today I had started planning it. It takes a little bit of sciencey stuff because you've got to understand, you know, the weight of the payload, so the size of the balloon, but the amount of helium that's got to go in the balloon to lift the payload, and all the payload weights. Like we're talking about the type of camera, and we're talking about the physics in space where there's a vacuum. We're not even going to reach space anyway, but we're going to be going quite far up into the orbit. And we're talking about minus 50 degrees Celsius up there, which is very cold, you see. So the batteries on the camera could fail. You know, the backup batteries we're going to be using are going to be ideal for the flight we're going to be taking up. So, yes, we're going to have a payload. And to be honest, depending on the weight, it's going to depend on what we're going to send up. But right now, we've got a little bit of a secret for somebody. So I've been doing a YouTube vertical live boot camp for the last 5 weeks with YouTube that invited me to join. And I've been invited to go join many of these different events where we are being taught how to do these live streams, you see. So all this stuff that we're doing now is really new to the channel with all these live streams, but it's been a breath of fresh air because Ezekiel gets to come out to play. So I really enjoy being Ezekiel, I really do. It's fun and I get to interact with all you wonderful people in the chat. Helium is expensive, it really is. I couldn't believe how much it was for a big bottle of that stuff, you know. It's crazy.
There's only so much helium on the planet Earth.
Yes, it's crazy though. I could use hydrogen, you know. I can make hydrogen from water. Only problem is hydrogen makes a big bang, so I don't think that'd be a good idea. A 28-foot balloon full of hydrogen is just one big B-O-M-B. It's not good. So anyway, Christian, thank you so much. Cola, thank you so much. I appreciate that kiss. Yeah, you can. How can I hear? Atom, I got ears, you see. I got ears here. But I don't have to read. I don't have to hear. I can read the comments. Frequency and vibration. That is right. And tell you what, guys, if you want to listen to a really good healing frequency, I'll give you what it is now. You can find it on Spotify, and it's the Hertz 639, also known as the Miracle Healing Tone. So, guys, go and check out that Hertz frequency. It really will make a difference in your life. It really will, guys. So, where am I from, Atom? I'd love to tell you exactly where I'm from. The only problem is we got people in the live up here, 39, and some of them will possibly be the men in black, watching out for any information that will trace back to where my home planet is, or even my location. So, guys, I must not expose that, unfortunately. Great question, though. What is my race? I am considered to be what you would call the short greys. Can you tell how short I am? How tall are you, Drew?
6'4".
That makes me about 5'5", 5'4". So I am what you would consider a short grey. Why don't I blink? Not me. That is a very good question. I'll tell you why. It looks like I don't blink. I blink so quickly you just can't see it, you see. The frame rate of you humans' eyes is too low to keep up with the blinking frame rate of my eyes. But I am just a man in a mask, so you can understand why I'm not really blinking. I'm not real. I'm not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I really am not. Please, guys, go and double tap the screen to like the live and subscribe. It literally is free. Right then. So if anyone else has got anything they'd like to ask now, guys, please fire away. We're not probably going to be here much longer now because it's been almost 19 minutes or so now. Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, there we
my
go.
dog's in
Greys could just be these spacesuits. That's interesting. Yeah, you never know that. Well, so the tall greys apparently created the short greys, just like how we create androids to do the jobs for us. So I wouldn't be surprised if the short greys were created as sort of like androids, robots, to be able to do all the hard work, because the tall greys are very delicate bodied, you see. That's why the short greys were created, so we could do all the human work, if you follow, guys. That's why you look like this, you know, so we can do all the human stuff that you guys do.
Short greys are easier to blend into our society than the tall greys.
Yes, that is true. You are right there, yes. I mean, if you've seen one of the tall greys, I can imagine they're like 8-9 foot or something like that, aren't they? Or what they supposedly look like. Interesting always, gents. Thanks for your time. Thank you so much, Christian.
Thanks, Christian.
I really appreciate you. Thank you. So, guys, if you would like to be a part of our Awakened Spirits membership, guys, go and become a member, guys, and you will be one of our Awakened Spirits, and the revenue from that membership is going to help with our charity work. It's only $1.99, guys, to start up, and then you will be part of our Awakened Spirits membership. Yes, and we are literally doing what you may call as God's work, because we are going to do some real good with all this charity work, and you guys are going to be able to see exactly what we're going to be up to, because I am going to make sure that on these lives you are all fully informed about the charity work that we're going to be doing when we do it. So thank you all so much, guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you. Okay, so 91 minutes now. Okay, guys, we're going to end the live now, so thank you all so much for joining. And I would just like to thank the moderators, Theo and Luke, and of course Drew,
thank you for joining,
and Lottie as well. Yes, Lottie was there all this time.
She's been snoozing on the settee.
She has, yes. She literally has. So guys, yeah, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure having you all here, and I really hope to see you again in the future. And guys, don't forget, this Friday at 7 p.m, right, you can go and check it on the live. It's upcoming on my live list, right? Hot Holes episode 2. We're going to film it a little bit differently this time, Hot Holes, so it's going to look sort of like this on the phone instead of the DSLR camera from the PC, and we are going to do Hot Holes a little bit differently, and yeah, it's going to be cool as hell, guys. And so basically Hot Holes is a range of different hot sauces that someone's going to be, me and somebody, it's going to be Drew actually, we're going to be dipping onion rings into these ever increasing hot sauces, and I will be asking questions, like interviewing Drew whilst eating hot sauce. So it's really interesting because, you know, it's freaking hot, you know.
If you want to see me turn bright red and profusely sweat, join the live.
Exactly. Who doesn't want to see that, hey Drew? So, Crystal, I have another question here. So do you believe spiritual beings are one like God and the Son and Holy Spirit? Do I think that I believe that spiritual beings are one like... Well, yes, I believe that all you humans are spiritual beings, even I am right now, right? So if we're all spiritual beings, right, then there must be a creator, right? I know you refer to this creator as God. Us extraterrestrials refer to the creator as the source. The source, the love, the light. Yes? I am spiritual but not religious, you see. But I do appreciate and respect each and every one of your opinions on your religions. I like each and every single one of them, you know. I would never, ever disrespect anybody's religion. Anyway, thank you. That was a good last question. I do appreciate it. Okay then, guys. Paul, thank you so much for joining. Oh, finally, aliens come on Earth. Yes, thank you. Please like the live and subscribe, Paul. I'd really appreciate that, you know. But this live is literally about to end now, guys, so I'm sorry, I literally got to go now. So thank you all ever so much, guys. It really has been amazing. Thank you all for your input, your kind words, and thank you for just being here, because you being here is really helping out the channel and the charity work we're going to be doing. So thank you all. I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye, my awakened spirits. Until next time. Bye.